Hello everyone, I am the Cicada. Today is day 25 of Conquering the World, and today is going to be a little bit different. Just, you'll see why. So, first off, I'm going to talk to you about a dream I had, and it will make sense later, and how it's making me feel overall in the world, right? So, I had a dream. It was a dream, right? So, I'm the main character in the dream, obviously, and everything's fake. Like, none of this is based in reality, right? There was a zombie apocalypse, and the only way to survive was like there's these underground bunkers, but it was like huge bunkers, right? That went like hundreds of feet underground, and they had everything. They had like grocery stores and everything, and yeah, basically. And at some point, the zombies got a little bit smarter, and they were terrifying, and they chased us on the ground, and they were there and killing us all. And there was this part where I was running away from the zombies. All my friends were dead, and they were literally on my tail. This big blob of people like gets in the way. Like I got really lucky, right? This is a fiction. This is a fiction, right? Then I get to this bunker and there's like all these people, and it's a little intimate. But one of them was like, you know how like in those movies where in the end of the world someone's like, oh, it's the end of the world. Do you want to like do you want to link up? And someone said that to me, and I was like, okay. But then I thought for some reason I was having like a genuine moment, and I was thinking this is not the right thing to do right now, right? We need to like kill the zombies. So I said no to the girl, and I was like for the time being, right? And I basically like I was like, oh, we gotta like fight the zombies, right? And then I got some rebar or whatever. Like we did our best. We like held the zombies off, and we like fought against the zombies, and I'm not sure if we survived or not. But the next thing I remember, it was like a film. The world was 100% green. It was just trees and grass everywhere. And there was just this woman who was pregnant, and assumably it was me next to her, and we were like married, right? And then I was so not sad, but when I realized this was like fake, I realized that's all I want, in the sense that all I want is to have a family, and to have kids with a woman I love and I care about. And the reason I told you this whole story was because if I wanted to like, let's say like the woman of my dreams came into my life right now, right? And she was like, all right, let's get married, let's have kids. I wouldn't be able to do that, not even because I can't afford it, but because, well, maybe that is the main reason, because I can't afford it. And I hate to like have money as a limiting factor, but it's even because you got to think about when you like have a family, you got to think about like health insurance, car insurance, all this random stuff, rent, and how housing is, the housing market is just so unbelievable and all that stuff, right? And I was thinking like I want to just settle down and have a family, but the way this world is structured, I have to fight so hard just to stay in one piece, right? And I was just thinking that really sucks, like if the world was perfect, we could all just settle down, have families, and not worry about anything. Like, so I wanted to come back because I want to show you this little TikTok real quick. I'm gonna play it right here without the audio. But as it plays, I'll talk to you about. Well, I'm not sure. I'm gonna play it real quick. I'm gonna freeze. So I don't know if this is cringe or whatever, but I really related with this. Not because, and as the guy said, not because I don't want to get married, but because in I don't know, in a grandiose egomaniac type of way, I wish the world was a better place, right? And I feel like I have a part in trying to dismantle the structures that exist. And if I settle down right now, I know it's gonna be like infinitely harder to try to make a difference. Not because it's gonna hold me back, but because it's like mentally gonna hold me back, because I can't put everything I have on the line to bet my life for the greater good, right? Like, how am I gonna be a responsible father and bet my life on making the world a better place? Like putting my life on the line. Like I don't want to put my life on the line, but I might have to, depending on what I get myself into. I'm not gonna do anything. We're getting ahead of ourselves, but you kind of see where I'm going with this. It's like, I think a lot of young people right now realize how screwed up the system is, and they feel unsafe bringing a child or a family into this world, right? I only say family because two people have to agree on it, and it's a structure we create, our own structure within this crazy structure. And there's this thing that Jordan Peterson mentions. I forget what chapter it is. I'll probably like link it up on the screen. But he talks about the Virgin Mary and how when she like saw Jesus Christ getting crucified, she knew that this was where it was all going. Not in the sense that he was going to get crucified, but to bring a child into this terrible world, no matter what, they're going to die and they're going to feel immense suffering. Maybe it's not in the form of crucifixion, but it is in one form or another, right? And it's kind of like, damn, I feel just old because I want to do the best I can for the future I want to have, for the people I want to take care of. But how can I, almost in a sense of, in a world of that's so geared against me? I don't like to be pessimistic. I want to be as optimistic as I have to be. But sometimes you do have to be a little realistic, right? And you have to acknowledge all the burdens in your way to that perfect future. I only say this because there's no such thing as perfection, but you can strive for it always. Anyways, there's not much in this video aside from the fact that you have to be aware of what's in front of you. Like, I think that's the only thing I'm trying to say. And you have to be aware of someone, not necessarily someone, but some structure actively working against you, which I think right now is the elites against the common people, right? Which I obviously identify with the common people because I don't have access to billions of dollars. I can't be like Elon Musk and sire a whole bunch of kids without worrying about their futures. I will worry because my life is much more finite than his is. Anyways, not to be pessimistic, I'm just here to tell you about my perspective on this. I hope you saw some insight from this. Like always, CICADA REVOLT, New Year's Eve day. CICADA REVOLT, be the change you want to be in this world because these systems are working against you. And I just want to emphasize the reason I'm doing CICADA REVOLT is because one of the main reasons I don't really talk about it because I want to keep you in suspense. But CICADA REVOLT signifies you revolting against the normalities and commonalities of the system. Also, before I forget, I mentioned yesterday very briefly I'm cutting out coffee, and I messed up a little bit, okay? And I'm only being public in my fall from grace with this scenario, not because you say you're gonna drink coffee after being addicted for like 2 years, and then you relapse after 3 days. I'm not here to tell you like, oh, like you can't change your life. You can always change. I can stop being a coffee drinker if I really want to be it, and I do. Anyways, long story short, do what is best for you in all circumstances. Obviously, do care about the people around you and your family. But at the end of the day, if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of the people around you. Okay. I also want to extend a big, I want to extend good fortune onto all the mothers and fathers out there. If you're old or young, if you're a new father, if you're an old father, I do appreciate your sacrifice for your family and your children, and I do wish you the best of luck in this world. And if you're feeling guilty for the lives of your children and the circumstances they're facing, it's not your fault. I hope you're doing the best you can do. Obviously, if you're like there's some things you can do a little bit better on, I'm not gonna guilt you into saying you could do better. What I will say is just the fact that you know that you can do better means that you can start. You can start today, okay? There's no point in you beating yourself up for the last 2 weeks, last 2 years of your life. Start today to do a little bit better. And by being a little bit better, you gotta do one thing a day, okay? That's it. It's a long video. I hope you had a good one. I hope you learned something. I hope I opened your eyes in one way or another. I appreciate you, and I hope you appreciate me. Bye.